So, guys, today we are going to be talking about a very interesting topic and hard to fully explain topic in film, and that is foreshadowing. I am mainly going to bring up the foreshadowing in the about in the sequel to the 1985 film Back to the Future, which is obviously I forgot that happens. Back to the Future Part 2, foreshadowing Back to the Future Part 3. I always forget that my little Blu-ray case is broken, actually. Bit of the clips that caused the little flippy thing has snapped off. It kind of holds in, but not very well. Well, it doesn't hold in well at all when you don't snap it in the right spot. And that's not right. Yeah, okay, you do this. Sorry about this. Broken Blu-ray cases are the worst. We just like, oh, that's why. There we go. That should be better. I was trying to put it in backwards last. There we go. So, in this trilogy, the first one being released in 1985, the second one being released in 1989, and the third one being released in 1990. It is a very interesting film trilogy, probably one of my favorites. Well, it starts with such strong, but the second two are definitely not as good films. But probably my favorite part about them is their use of the tool foreshadowing, mainly in the second one, foreshadowing literally the entire plot of the third one in what I think is a very well way. I'm going to actually start this by stating the really what I think is a really good what is the English? No one knows. Some stuff is a bit more like kind of weird and out of nowhere than others, like Doc Brown's, like when they're like, well, we should probably destroy this time machine now, and Doc Brown's like, sad, I never got to travel to my favorite era, the Old West. And by the way, I'm gonna put up a spoiler warning right now. This video contains spoilers for the entire trilogy, so you should actually go watch it. It's a really good trilogy, and yeah, I don't want to spoil it for you. Don't be one of those people that like getting stuff spoiled. Those people are weird. Okay, so, right, and Doc Brown's like, it's sad, I never got to travel to my favorite time era of all time, the Old West. Always wanted to be a cowboy when I was a child, and it's just very weird, like takes you out of the film. It's like, wait, that makes no sense. And then obviously at the end he gets traveled to the year 1885. Then you have examples that I feel like are a bit like, then you have I think it's quite subtle, or the really good ones, like when Biff in the 1985 dystopian timeline is in the bathtub, the two girls watching I don't even know what movie it is, but a movie, and like it is a cowboy movie, and like guy gets shot and then kind of like turns his like thing around. It has the little metal plate, which literally happens in at the end of the third act of the final film, or maybe it's the end of the second act, beginning of the third act, whatever. But, and it's like, it's like, that's quite cool. Like, that you don't really know, you don't really notice the first time, but when you watch it the second time, you're like, hey, because then you have seen the third film. But also, this may be slightly biased because this comes from someone who first saw the trilogy when he was 6 years old and wasn't that intelligent at seeing things coming. What? And then there's like some stuff in the middle, like when Marty is at the entrance to the museum, and it's like, hey, and it's like the Biff Tannen Museum, where you can do stuff like look back at his entire family line, all the way back to his great grandfather Buford Mad Dog Tannen, and it's just like, it's not as good as the bathtub scene, but like it's not as bad as the this, we gotta destroy the time machine scene, and it's like just right there in the middle, and like that's like the three main things of foreshadowing, actually. Anyways, darn, I probably should have thought of actually like something to say in this video, but anyways, improv it, go, brain. I guess there's also some little things that are extremely subtle that like don't even involve dialogue, like Doc Brown's shirt in 2015. Like, yeah, good job. Yeah, that was, I didn't even like note. And this, throughout like the 7th grade, every other month, what I did was a marathon of these 3 movies, and it's not until my most recent watching of the second one over the summer when I realized, hey, Dr. Brown's wearing a shirt with a train on it. I bet you that's foreshadowing the 3rd one. But I don't know. That's probably just me. You know what? I really like all these movies, so I'm honestly, in all my videos, I'm probably only gonna like talk really positive about them. I think it's a quite clever way of foreshadowing. It doesn't even really use any big tools. It's just kind of like with like, especially with the best one being the bathtub scene, it contributes to the plot slightly and fits in the situation compared to the random mention of the Old West. But yeah, also what's actually maybe another really nice foreshadowing that's like instance before the thing is foreshadowing happens is there is when right before the DeLorean gets struck by lightning and travels back to the year 1885, there is a scene where, you know, Doc Brown, he's in the DeLorean and he's like he's kind of looking out, like, you know, he has the little rope thing dangling as Marty burns the sports almanac, and then out of nowhere, what happens is, my brain is just like not working. Sorry, guys. What happens is, darn it, what does? Yes, that's what happens. Is darn it. Oh no, wait, the time circuits. There we go. The time circuits kind of shut off for a bit, and like Doc goes like this on. It's like, oh, it's like, oh, come on. And like when it goes out, it says sometime in 1985, but when he hits it like twice and then turns back on, it says 1885. That took me way too long to say, and I should probably recut this whole thing down. Okay. You know what? Who cares? Anyways, guys, I am not going to do what most YouTube videos do and tell you to subscribe to my channel. But I'm going to tell you to subscribe to life, because don't worry, it will get better. And, well, better, and like, well, come on, trust me, once it gets better, it'll be smooth sailing. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. And remember to always subscribe to life.